Okay. You good, Ollie?
Mm-hmm. All right. So,
good?
what's the first thing we're going to talk about?
Hello. Well, LiteCoin's having a hard fork.
Oh yeah, is this what you just told me? It was called LiteCoin Cash.
Yeah.
Is that why there's a jump today?
Yeah, I think so.
Beauty.
Yeah, I think you can give away one of your LiteCoins for 10 LiteCoin Cash coins. And Charlie Lee is not a fan.
It's a really weird way to say an exchange rate. To say you can give one away and someone will donate to you 10 more.
Do you give it away or do you just get
It's not a
it?
trade. It's a give and a donate.
Yeah, exactly. It avoids tax, the whole liability.
It's a gift.
Is it a trade or do you just get given it?
Oh, no, it's a trade. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's weird.
Yeah.
I know Bitcoin Cash, like if you just held a Bitcoin, you got given a Bitcoin Cash.
Oh no, if it's a real fork of the blockchain, then you have to. Everyone who's holding has to have it. But it could be a fork of the code base where they just took the same code and made their own. But I'm guessing it's the previous one. I'm guessing that anyone who's holding it already has
I think it's a change of the code.
Really? Well, it could have been
It's a hard fork. Is that what a hard fork is?
hard
Is
fork.
copying the previous historics.
I actually don't.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know the word hard. I guess maybe that would clarify the problem I'd have between forking the code base and forking the blockchain. I don't know. But should we Google that?
Why would anybody listen to us to get advice on cryptocurrency?
Yeah, we'll know in 10 seconds, 30 if your internet works.
We'll Google shit for you.
Yeah, exactly. You write in with things you want to Google and wait a week and then we'll tell
We
you.
got the computing power. We got the fingers.
efficiency.
Yeah. No, a hard fork is just like a fork. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like what I was saying, the first thing I was saying. I don't know if the software fork thing is like, it's not really a blockchain term. Wait, hang on, soft fork. No,
I thought a hard fork meant there was a change in code.
but there's always any
but-
kind of fork has to be a change in code, right?
Everything up
Well-
until that point, it stays the same, and then they change the code from then on.
Yes.
So,
so
you
it's
still
changed.
hold your Litecoin or Bitcoin, you just get given a bunch of
Of the alternative.
which is why whenever there's
All
like
right. We need to play the theme song and save this.
Yeah, play the theme song. After you, Joe.
This is the Coin Street Times podcast. Joe here as per usual with Ollie and Jace.
What's up?
And we also have Jules here. Who is Jules? Good question.
He's going to tell you he's got your boy's
he's just
resume with him.
wandered on in here.
What is BitConnect? Is Jules the founder of BitConnect?
It's actually the secret theme of the podcast. If we have progressive guests on, trying to work out if they are the creator of BitConnect. And if we have 7 billion guests on, eventually we're going to narrow it down.
All right. Jules, are you the founder of BitConnect?
Let's wait and see.
Oh, we can investigate.
Spoilers. So it is the 15th of February 2018, 8:15 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. And it's been a good week for crypto.
Specific.
Yeah.
Well, people want to know.
I mean, when Bitcoin crashes at 8:16 p.m. Australian Eastern Time.
We can't tell you what a crypto fork is, but we can tell you it is 8:15 p.m.
No, we
Australian
can.
Eastern Standard Time.
We just don't know the explicit details of certain terminology. Don't put us down, Joe. We are the best crypto podcast out there. Some might say that we're the single most relevant crypto podcast in the Southern Hemisphere. That's a stupid in-joke reference. So, I'm sorry, fans.
But we are the best Southern Hemisphere podcast.
We are the best Southern Hemisphere.
With 3 guys with sporadic guests, where some hosts wear Perth Glory t-shirt.
That was a really unnecessary
yeah.
detail. I feel like there are so many things you could have said. Ollie, do you wear that? Is your connection to Perth Glory because you like the color purple or vice versa? Which one came first? I didn't expect that to be... Really? Didn't expect to stump you with that one.
I think it was coincidental.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I think purple would have came first, and then I started supporting Glory because my mom's from Perth, and so I went to the games, and then I realized as I was watching them that they wore purple.
Double whammy.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, but having a look at the markets, it has been up this week, probably around 20-30% more.
Yeah, maybe
average.
20%.
Yeah,
On average, or the
kind of on average kind of deal.
At the start of the last podcast, like Bitcoin just started going up as we started the podcast.
Right.
When we finished it, we looked at it, we were like, oh, hey, look at that. It's gone up a bit. And it's just kind of continued a little arc. It's been very rocky, but the general trend has been upward the whole time.
Litecoin had a really good week, as we said, with like LitePay and also with their hard fork coming up with LiteCoin Cash. So that they've had a good week. Yeah.
If the value of the coin is going up because a fork's coming, then we can narrow down the definition of fork, which is that it's a fork of the blockchain and you do get stuff for holding coins. Because if people are buying LiteCoin,
It's because of that. Yeah.
yeah. But like if it's because they're starting a new thing, it only makes sense to buy the old thing if you get something for it, right? So there you go.
But if they want to buy LiteCoin Cash with that LiteCoin,
But can't you buy it with anything? Or you can only buy it with
I
LiteCoin?
think so.
You only buy
Well,
it
that
with
would be
LiteCoin.
such a downside.
Yeah, like we're making a universal currency.
All right,
you
I
can only
don't
buy
know.
it with
I
another
don't know,
currency.
all right? I'm not Charlie Lee.
It's a currency within a currency.
Yeah. That's kind of what all crypto is when you think about it. All of crypto is just a weird thing inside of Bitcoin at the moment.
I kind of feel bad for the Super Bowl actually, because they put on this big event. Spent lots of money putting it on. Philadelphia Eagles versus the New England Patriots, but they were overshadowed by a bigger battle going on in the crypto world.
Justin Timberlake's got nothing on LiteCoin.
Yeah, I know. John McAfee versus Binance. It went down this week, guys.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. You guys see that?
Did. Oh, I definitely saw this. I was watching the play-by-play. It was,
So if you do want a bit of a play-by-play, so first of all, Binance had some database issues and the server went down for, I think, around 36 hours. Was it, Jace?
yeah, it was around that much time. yeah.
And during this time, John McAfee went on Twitter, as he likes to do, and he sent out a tweet saying, "Hey guys, don't want to spread any FUD, but I think Binance could be having some hacking issues. That's why the servers are down."
And he like the photo he tweeted, which he was sent, was like the most obviously photoshopped
Right.
fake like Binance photo saying Binance is like been hacked. Please like hold for assistance or something stupid like that.
So he fell for it big time. And the Binance CEO responded saying, you kind of are spreading FUD, mate. Like, I know you're saying you don't want to.
I'm not racist, but
Yeah, it's all legit. And then John McAfee didn't stop there. He kept probing and saying, answer me this, answer me that. And Binance responded quite well by saying, the brilliant thing about the blockchain is it's all in a public ledger. You can go check out, here's our address. You can check it out if you want. There's no big transactions going in and out. It's all legit. And John McAfee said, yeah, all right, my bad. Pretty much.
Yeah. Although the in-between was really crazy because he had this meltdown in the middle of it where basically he said the Binance thing saying, it might have been hacked. Watch out, guys. And everyone, including the Binance CEO, said, you're really stupid and you're wrong. And so he didn't take that very well. And so I think in the middle of his meltdown, he posted a photo of his ID and his address and his phone number saying,
Oh yeah, I forgot about this.
saying, call me, you guys think you're so tough. You come to my house. And then say it to my face.
don't call back and you're my bitch forever.
Yeah, he says, if you don't call me, you're my bitch forever. And then I know. And so tons of people, I have recordings actually. I wonder if I can insert them into the podcast. Maybe I will. I don't know.
We'll find out later.
Yeah, exactly. Where people have called John McAfee and he's always just answers like, hi, John McAfee here. And then like they're just trolling him. And he's like, oh, you think you're tough, huh? Like,
You're my bitch.
yeah, exactly. He's basically just fighting internet trolls. I think he did it for like
How
6
old
hours.
is he? Why is
He's
he?
like in his 70s, but he's a crazy man.
He is legitimately
and
crazy.
I think, so after that like 6-hour tirade, I think his wife made him post something saying like, look, I've upset my wife. I'm a tired old man. Leave me alone for now. And then he issued an apology a few days later, I think, saying, look, in retrospect, I wasn't the smartest man to tweet.
Kind of ironic that he's the internet security guy.
Well, he's really not. I think he had like one successful basic anti-malware package in the 80s. And now, like, because the actual McAfee software is not even run by him anymore. Like, hasn't been for a long time. I think he's just a figurehead of the kind of tech community. Yeah. Also, I don't know if this is appropriate to the podcast, so I won't say it directly, but he has some really weird interests. So I recommend you.
Go on.
There's a documentary about him that details his crazy life.
I feel like you're teasing us.
Don't say go what.
information now,
Yeah,
Jess.
It's gross. I really don't want to say it.
Say
The
it.
people like
Insinuate it.
All right. So, the 2-minute clip that you can look up on YouTube
Okay.
is an interview of 3 escorts.
Right.
Each of them slowly getting to the point where they say he made them all lie in hammocks with a hole cut in the bottom.
Oh
And he
no.
would put his mouth underneath And they would anyway.
Oh, no.
So that's enough of this podcast. So yeah, I don't know. That probably wasn't the best time to bring that up because he could have had a great point despite liking.
Would they like feed him grapes through the hole? On the
yeah,
hammock?
exactly, Joe. That's right. And I just don't like grapes. That's why I thought it was so gross.
So we have shit coins on the agenda, right?
So that makes so much sense. That's why he keeps tweeting them. He just can't get enough of the shit coins.
Another piece of news was Russian nuclear scientists have been arrested for using the country's most powerful supercomputer to mine crypto.
Yeah,
that's a
big no-no. I'm surprised he thought he could get away with it because...
Was it just one dude?
I think it was just one dude.
Okay.
It just seems like the most obvious thing in the world. Like if you're I think any big computing cluster, if you're running something on it, you have to like submit the job and like you have to basically say I'm going to use it from this time with my account. It's just like it's basically just like looking at porn at work. Like they're gonna know you did it because you're logged in your computer and it was in the time you're at the office.
Oh, I shouldn't do that.
Yeah, but this is actually way worse though because like A, using up valuable resources for research, and B, trying to profit off it. So it's like,
and C, it's like a super top secret like computer in this like location with like barbed wire fencing around it and stuff. It's like. It's where they actually I've got it in my notes here somewhere developed like nuclear weapons in like the Cold War.
Right.
Yeah.
It's probably also not even that good at mining. It's probably made for like like they use GPUs for mining and stuff. Probably just not full of GPUs. It's probably just for like normal computations for like numerical analysis and stuff.
Apparently the computer wasn't even supposed to be connected to the internet for security reasons.
Can you imagine him like going through this huge mainframe, just like holding an Ethernet cable, just trying to be like, where does this go? All right, chuck it in there. That's crazy.
All to mine BitConnect tokens.
Just as a correction to fans, you can't mine BitConnect tokens. You have to buy them from the very reputable people of BitConnect. Invest now.
Follow our link at the bottom of this video.
There's a referral code at the bottom.
Do you guys see that they're filing a lawsuit against those guys?
Yeah.
Like the YouTubers?
Oh, the YouTubers?
Yeah, the YouTubers. Because they don't know who the founders is. But I think they're going after like Crypto Nick, Trayvon James, a couple of the other ones.
Pretty sure Trayvon James is still like doubling down on it as well.
Yeah, that is insane. Was he the one that was saying buy the dip? Yeah. Okay. Zero credibility. I think a lot of them have removed all their
holdings.
Well, just their presence on social media and YouTube.
Crypto Nick deleted all his videos and everything. Which I'm sure his lawyer was just like, get rid of that shit, you idiot. Like, what are you doing?
I'm sure it's either lawyer advised or parent advised. I think he's like 17
he's like
or something.
17.
Yeah.
17.
I know, he's like a millionaire.
Yeah,
Like, he's got
crazy.
so much money.
Well, for now.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Although it does seem like the most guilty people are obviously the people who created it. I feel like going after because they're cunts, I will say it. But then at the same time, they're not like some of them might have honestly believed it was a great thing and they were just trying to spread it. And it's hard to really prove that.
Yeah, that's true.
It's hard to prove that they
So
knew.
then you
Think
got
all the
cunts
dumb
and you got
shit.
idiots.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's hard. Where's the line between it? It's a grey spectrum.
Think all the dumb shit you did when you were 17 as well.
That's true.
Yeah.
Actually, that probably will affect how, if he is in the court, that'll affect how he's tried, right? If he's under
Right.
Yeah.
Although it looks sketchy now that he's just deleted everything and fallen off the face of the planet.
Blame the lawyer.
But like, it kind of admits that he's done something wrong to a degree.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much that will go affect the case.
In an intuitive way, it's like, you're admitting you're wrong, but you probably couldn't. Wouldn't hold up in court.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, who's suing these people? Like, I get it's against the YouTubers.
Is it like a civil?
the people?
Maybe a class action. I don't know.
I don't know enough about law to know what that means, but I imagine is it the people on the TV when it's the people that are suing? Is it the people?
Possibly, probably like people that invested lost money in BitConnect.
Oh, but you know what I mean? Like, is it like on behalf of a general group or specific people?
Mate, I don't know these things, mate. You know how I feel about questions.
I give you the news and then we don't talk about it at all. We move on to the next point.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's fair. That's very fair.
Yeah.
So what next?
Okay, jeez. Gives no comments, just what's next. Ollie, what's next, Abbott?
We're treating this like we're listening to a
lull.
podcast and you're talking. We're just like, all right, skip 30 seconds, skip 30 seconds.
All right. I got some Nano news. I got some good news and some bad news. Which one do you want to hear first?
All right, give us the good news, I guess.
The good Nano news?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
There wasn't any good news, was there?
It's all red.
Yeah.
The good news for Nano is headphones.com CEO put out a post saying they've been using Nano for a month and this is what he's found. And so he's basically been saying really good things about Nano. He said the transaction speeds are the fastest that they've ever processed. He said they get the currency immediately instead of waiting days for it or weeks, which would happen if they use things like banks. They're not paying any fees. The customers aren't paying any fees. And they don't have to worry about Visa or MasterCard blaming them for fraud for their own lack of security. So, and he said the Nano community has been really good to deal with as well. So he advises everyone to use Nano.
That's good, I guess. There's a bit of an endorsement from a real company selling real things, practical experience.
I find that there's like more and more adoption news coming out now.
I mean, that should make sense, right? I think as it goes on, the adoption... Actually, I guess it could go down, but I predict it will only go up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're all here pretty biased to saying, yeah, it's going to keep going up, the adoption at least. If not the price.
Should hope so.
Yeah. Apparently we don't. I thought we were all pretty like, yeah. And I just looked around. There's a few worried faces.
I'm just off in my dream world because I'm so tired today. Do you reckon I was curious as to like these early adopting like shops and stuff and websites. Do you reckon they just keep hold of their stack of Nano and kind of just siphon it into dollars slowly, or like are they just trying to ride the wave and sell it at a high, or do they, as soon as they get it, sell it and go, right, okay?
It's a good question. I guess we don't know. Unless, Joe, have you got extra information about this news topic?
I have a guess.
Okay.
Is that they hold on to it and hope that it goes up.
Do you think so? Because I would have thought it'd depend on what sort of company it is. Because if it was one with a higher risk tolerance, then perhaps. Otherwise, those would get out of it ASAP.
Yeah, but I feel like if you're going to be an early adopter of crypto as a merchant, you believe in cryptocurrency. Otherwise, you wouldn't get into it. Like you could be doing it as a marketing ploy, but I feel like if most people would be getting into it because they believe in it.
Yeah, I guess that's the idea. Also, because them doing it is promoting it, so they probably feel like it'll only go up if they're kind of helping it get out there and spread the word. Yeah,
because he is shilling it right now.
It's just disgraceful.
Yeah.
I guess this.
So that is a sign that he plans to hang on to it.
I mean, from what you've told me, Joe, only good things happening with Nano, and I'm really glad
let me stop you right there.
No, there's nothing you could tell me that could ruin my...
I do have some bad news about Nano.
Oh, please. What could it possibly be?
$170 million worth of Nano was stolen from BitGrail.
Fuck. Well,
yeah.
That puts a damper.
So BitGrail is a Italian trading website. And unlike CoinCheck, who we said was the last week of the week before was going to refund all the money of stolen NEM, the founder of BitGrail said, yeah, we're not going to do the refund thing.
Yeah. Well, I think
that was a one-time thing, guys.
Well, how much was taken from the NEM? Like, do you remember the amount?
700 million, I think it was.
Oh, was it really?
400?
I guess.
Okay.
So
we don't even know what currency we're dealing with. So
but it's more
some
though,
sort of
right?
100 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, more.
Right. But I guess, I don't know. I don't know if BitGrail's the biggest exchange, is it? So that could be a factor
no,
as well.
but I think it was one of the big ones for Nano.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've had like a lot of controversy going on with BitGrail and Nano and like,
what's the CEO's name? It's like his like screen name is something. The Bomber.
Oh, I heard. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But they've suspended trading. I think they're back on now, but they suspended trading for ages. I think they're only deposits trading at the moment, no withdrawals, but they're slowly getting back to their feet.
Yeah.
But I think they've lost a lot of credibility here. I think Nano said it was BitGrail's security issues, not Nano's.
Yeah. Although I did see a lot of people, I mean, I think I heard it being debated. I think I agree with that conclusion that it was BitGrail, but I think some people were also saying the Nano code has like exploits and like they haven't been fully exploited yet, but it's going to...
Did that come out this week? Because Nano's been kind of down this week. I'm not sure if it's just because of this.
No, I mean, there's no... If it came out, there was like a real problem in the code, the value probably dropped to zero, right? If they're saying we can just generate infinite money in Ryblocks or whatever. Sorry, not Ryblocks, Nano. It used to be called Ryblocks.
Yep.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think it's good. I think it's probably just like a small dip that will recover, like most of crypto.
I hope so.
I think of crypto as like the guy from Terminator 2, the bad guy who's just made of liquid metal, and like you can shoot him, he has like holes in him, but they'll regenerate. It's fine. Anyway, so that leads me to talking about Terminator 2. I've recently watched the director's cut, and I've got a lot of comments. No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to talk about it.
I'm going to try and put them all into this podcast. Crypto analogies.
Exactly. What's next, Joe?
Yeah. What's next? Coinbase has launched Coinbase Commerce, which enables merchants to accept crypto payments. So it's a bit like the crypto PayPal. So more adoption news.
Yeah, I saw people shitting on Request Network saying, "Ha, your thing has been done already," because that's what Request Network aims to do. Is kind of like the PayPal of crypto,
Right?
Which they don't. They're aiming to do more things, but it's actually really good for the general market because competition is essential. Yeah,
For sure. Is that all the comments we have about it?
Yeah.
All right. I got
What's
some quick.
next,
I got
Joe?
some quick hits news, but I feel like this whole news segment has been quick hits. So, U.S. tax filing service says that 0.04% of the of people reported crypto in this year's IRS.
0.04.
How much?
Yeah,
Oh.
0.04, which surely is way lower
Yeah,
than the amount of people on crypto.
Definitely.
yeah.
But the tax filing period is not over, and they also said maybe they have more complicated tax to file, and they might file more in the later period of the tax.
Yeah, absolutely.
Period.
Do you know
Yeah.
when it ends?
No.
Okay. Well, because I would imagine they might be filing down to the last day, right? Because they might be still consolidating. Because you'd hate it. It'd actually almost be stupid to file too early, because if you say I made like a $100,000 gain and then the next day it crashes, you've still got to pay that gain, and then all you have is the loss for like next year's. You can write off income, but if you're not making a lot of money, then
Right.
that's actually. Do you know what I'm saying? So like,
Yeah, I think I do. I'm trying to work it out.
So
Because if so, you have to pay taxes on anything you gain, but you don't. They don't compensate you for a loss.
No, they do, but not in
Do
the
they?
same financial year. So it would, because if you send your taxes in for the year, right, and you say you've made $100,000 that year, and then you submit it, and then something happens and you lose all that money.
Right.
When that tax return is reviewed, they're like, "Great, you've made $100,000. Give us $30,000," and you're like, "Oof, I lost all of it. It just crashed." And then they'll be like, "Cool, so you still have $30,000, but you can claim that $70,000 loss or whatever for next year. So we'll give you a discount. Any capital gains you have next year, we can give you."
Oh, okay.
I think in America they offer up to $3,000 of just, they'll pay you $3,000 back if you make a loss from your income.
How do you mean? So like, isn't that only with realized gains though? So
Yeah,
if
that's
you've
only if you've sold
if you've
something.
realized that you've then sold, and if it crashes, it crashes. You've got your material money, which is separate to the crypto rates or whatever that may be.
Oh, so yeah, I don't know. I think in the US, I think they tax on every. I'm not sure about Australia, but I think they tax every trade. So like even just like most people have traded more than once, so by holding it, they have to like declare it or something. I don't know the exact details, but so I think even without cashing it back to their bank account, they still would have to pay taxes on it that year. But I really don't know the American tax system very well. This is just a really.
So if you just bought something and were just hodling it, say 100 Nano.
Yeah. I think you're fine, but if you bought Bitcoin and that went up a bit, and then you switch that to Nano and that went up a bit, and then you have to
okay,
pay for the
right, yeah.
Bitcoin going up and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah. I think.
I see.
Yeah.
Tax chat.
Yeah, tax chat. Is this so much fun? Don't we love talking about tax?
What's next?
Yeah. Exactly.
No, that's all the news I've got, guys.
Well, I guess all I would talk about this week, the thing that's been really blowing my mind is I've just been watching the graph of Bitcoin go up and down. It's been fucking crazy. It's been going straight
Wait,
up.
it's been going up and down?
No, but that's actually, it's been going up and down more ferociously than it normally does. It'll go straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down between like, I don't know, 7 and 9K. So it's been pretty crazy. And I think also the reason it's crazy is because the volume has been at an all-time low. So like it's been less people pumping it more ferociously. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens in this kind of, whether it's going to, I think a lot of people are really unsure whether it's going to go up or down. I think previously in Bitcoin's history, there's been a pretty clear majority. So back when, in September to January, it was pretty clear. Most people were like, yeah, it's going up. It's great.
Right. Yeah,
Obviously there was, like people outside of it saying it's going to bubble, but like most people, yeah, it's going up. And then there was a period in January where it was just going down. Everyone's like, we're fucked, guys. It's going straight down. And now I think it's quite 50-50.
Uncertain,
Yeah.
yeah.
A lot of people are like, I really don't know where it's going to go next. So, it's quite an exciting time for crypto, guys. You've picked the right podcast to listen to, because boy, is it an exciting time.
Is there a date for the Lightning Network being implemented? Or
Don't ask me that, man. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Is that soon?
well, I just know like a lot of the people who like downplay, or not downplay Bitcoin, but defend Bitcoin from the people who downplay, like that it's gonna fall by the wayside and something else gonna take over. But a lot of them say that that's gonna be like the saving grace of it to some degree.
Yeah, I wouldn't really think it would do that much. I guess actually it would help it for people like accepting payment in Bitcoin for like a coffee, for example. It would kind of make that more possible. But I think its current use as like a just huge asset, I guess, and store of value, I think that should be largely unaffected by Lightning Network. But I don't know, man.
Yeah. Speaking of questions that we don't know the answer to,
All of them.
has anybody emailed us in
Yes.
some
quite a few.
cues? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Three this week.
3.
Ooh,
okay.
3.
That I've picked. From
3 that you picked. Okay.
Yeah, from the
The
oodles of emails. Right. So first off, we've got a question from Valerie in Wales.
Valerie.
Yep. Howdy, partners. What are your thoughts on
A
shilling?
very Welsh greeting.
Howdy, partners. What are your thoughts on shilling? Do you guys find it hard
Love
to
it.
distinguish between people?
Wait till the question's
Shill
over.
the shill.
Wait till the question's over. Yeah.
Right, at the beginning of the podcast, Joe said, let's not talk over people.
That's so true. That's so true.
Poor Valerie's trying to get her question in.
Sorry, Valerie.
Do you guys find it hard to distinguish between people shilling their coin versus just genuine advice or info on a new coin? And do you have any advice for trying to filter out the noise? Thanks, Valerie.
Cool.
Before we keep going, did we give Jules time to introduce anything about himself? Have we just steamrolled
No,
through
that
this
was
podcast?
completely rude of us, actually.
Yeah, I just thought, I'm so sorry.
Tell us about your history with BitConnect and how you got it all started.
We'll get back to you, Valerie.
Well, hey, we can do both. But actually, hang on.
No.
Jules, what do you think about
Let's chill Jules for a bit.
Yeah.
Jules is a great guy.
low market cap, great team?
Good volume on the arms. Jules, how did you get into crypto?
Pure speculation. No, actually, when I first started looking at it, my cousin actually introduced it to me maybe February 2016.
Oh, okay, that's
early on.
that's
Yeah.
early.
And he
That
was
is-
telling me buy some Ethereum, get on it ASAP, put all your savings into it. And I was
the confidence on him.
I was lazy. I didn't do it, and also I thought it was an idiot.
Yeah, right. Which is very fair.
So I didn't, and then I think it picked up around, what would it have been, June or something, where it's went up around what, $200, $300
Ethereum.
AUD, yeah, Ethereum back then.
skyrocketed, yeah.
And then he was telling me how many thousands he'd made.
It would have been
And,
about $3 when he said that, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
And I was kicking myself, so I went in after that point on good old BTC markets, and I've been a loyal customer ever since.
Nice. So is this a friend of yours? How many yachts has he bought you so far?
Bought me.
No, I'm just kidding. It must be pretty well. Anyway, we haven't named him, right? We can speculate. It's probably got
Speculate as much as we want.
jewel encrusted diamonds all over his hands.
No, it's
cool.
actually funny because he had told me about it after just returning from the States on a big trip. So
Right.
he blew like 99% of his savings on that
Right.
trip, and everything else, because it was so peanut value,
Yeah.
he chucked it all into crypto, and that's why he
Wow.
had so much confidence in it, because what's to lose?
All right.
Imagine if he didn't go on holiday in the US.
Right.
That's
Well,
crazy.
Yeah, I guess so. But also,
There's so many what ifs.
yeah. But also, can you imagine, like, because obviously you can look back and say, I'm kicking myself, I should have done it. But really, if anyone comes up to you and says, put your life savings in anything, right?
Yeah.
You've got to be so skeptical. Like, I'm surprised I wonder if that worked on anyone else. I wonder if it was going
Right.
around and they're like, you know what? Yeah, let's go for it. What's it called? Ethereum? All right, yeah, I'll Google it. Like,
Check out the CEO.
yeah. You think he would put people off?
Maybe.
I think he's a lovely person.
Well, no,
I'm kidding.
I love him, but I can see how people will be like, "That's the guy running the company."
This was Joe in February 2016. Canceling my 100K buy order.
No, I'm a big fan of Vitalik or whatever his name is.
Big fan of whatever his name is.
Vitalik Butterbean or whatever.
Yeah. I hope his
Russian
little
dude.
coin does all right. Like, I've got my own project.
Yeah.
But yeah, cool. Thanks, Jules,
No,
for
Ethereum's a cool project.
sharing your story.
Sure.
That'll give us some more context in answering Valerie's question, because you were also seeking to split the shilling from
Yeah,
the
that's
really good
so
advice.
relevant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess you were 0 for 1, but that's pretty fair. I would have done the same thing. I would have absolutely done the same thing. I think most people would have.
I think everyone slowly gets better at winning at the shilling from the genuine good advice.
That's funny because I
Yeah.
feel like I'm getting so much worse. I feel
Really?
like I think I'm just overthinking everything. I'm stuck.
Yeah.
Like, are they triple bluffing? Like, I'm just stuck in my own mind about it all. At the moment, I almost don't trust anything I read.
Yeah, there is so much like real estate talk like within crypto. Like whenever the price goes down, there's so many good ways to spin it.
Yeah.
Like it's a correction, or it's a great buying opportunity, or like, oh, there's a healthy that it's going down. It's like, come on.
Exactly.
Like, there's so much real estate talk. So if you're clued into real estate talk, and that's probably a good step in the right direction.
Well, I think the biggest like thing that indicated that to me recently was, the SEC hearing where like some Americans, we talked about it last week. They weighed
Christopher Giancarlo.
That's his name.
Yeah.
Yes. They weighed in on crypto, and it was like moderately positive. Like basically one guy was saying, yeah, I think it's got a bright future. And the rest were like, I don't know, what's Bitcoin? And that was it.
Yeah.
And then the news so far, every crypto sub
Put your life savings in Ethereum.
Yeah, every crypto sub has been like, they have been endorsing it left, right, and center. This is like, they have saved crypto. There are some people saying they've saved crypto. Like, guys, I think you're spinning this a bit rich. Like, I don't think that's exactly what happened.
Well, I mean, it's all just marketing, right? Like, actually, I've got a funny story. So a friend of mine is a website developer, right? And he was hired to develop this website for his new crypto. And within the back ends of this crypto development team, they had 20 people. I won't name the crypto or anybody involved, but of the 20, there was one developer. The rest were all hired as marketing specialists.
Whoa.
And when they told him to develop the website, put a profile of every single person involved, give him a different title, give it more of a tech flavor to it, and then they said, for that last tech guy who was a developer, said, "Oh, don't put him down because we haven't locked him down just yet." But then put up the whole functionality to buy in and everything without anybody who really knew what they were doing.
Wow.
So it's a little bit of insight on the on the other side of the tech for how it all works out.
That's crazy.
And I wouldn't be surprised if that's happening a lot.
Yeah,
there's sure.
an insane amount of dodginess within the lower end of the crypto community.
Like ICOs and stuff.
That sort of thing.
Because
the small caps.
Unfortunately, now it is easy money for scam.
Right.
It's hard to say scammers, but for people looking to earn money in like the less honest way, maybe it's very easy. But at some point, I think that'll steady out. It's kind of like the .com bubble where everyone was like buying pets.com and all these like things. Like I think pets.com was huge, and their thing was they shipped canned dog food to you, and they were huge. But then like they didn't. But the reason everyone laughs is because they got pets.com guys. They got the Euro pets.com. There's not going to be another pets.com. It sounds like this, where basically anyone's making any coin and be like, wow, your coin tracks mandarins in real time. Like, I'm in, like every single use.
Got to get on that.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I don't know. A few weeks ago, we had a thing on, was that a few weeks ago? Weird coins. We had a segment of weird coins. Yeah. I don't know if I should mention it now. I don't know if we have another one lined up. Do we have another one lined up?
Another what?
Weird coins. Coin? If not, I'm going to mention some right now.
No, go for it.
All right. So do you know banana coin?
Segment.
Yeah, it should be a segment. We should be recurring. Okay. Right. In between questions, weird coins, real quick.
Yeah.
Banana coin. Do you guys know about banana coin?
No.
Go on.
Okay, so it's a stable coin. It's tied to the value of, I think, 2 kilograms of bananas.
Piss off.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Bananas cost different amounts in different countries?
Well, we got to tell them that. I haven't not looked into. Surprisingly, I have not looked into it in detail.
Call on Hurricane Katrina and just spike the price.
Exactly. Yeah. But I think there's also potato coin. I don't know if it's a similar thing or just a fun name, but it's definitely a coin that exists.
Oh man, crypto.
Yeah. And that's my weak
bread.
Story.
But that's something that's like
it's not tied to the value of bread. Well, there's an idea. No.
So Valerie.
Yeah. Sorry, did we answer your question, Valerie?
I think I should say.
I like the guest is trying to keep us on track.
Yeah, I know.
What kind of shambles of a show is this, guys? I think one thing you can do is find out who are more trusted voices within the space. You know what I mean?
How do you do that?
Because some people will just always talk positively about stuff. Find the guys in crypto that are willing to talk shit about crypto when crypto goes bad.
Follow John McAfee.
I hear he's a trusted advisor for crypto.
Yeah.
Don't read white papers, read John McAfee tweets. You'd be a lot better off for it. Like us, we talk so much shit about crypto.
And we're all millionaires. We've never mentioned on the podcast, but we do this from a mansion. We record this. No. Yeah, definitely. Also, I know we don't have to give official, this is not financial advice disclaimers, but just for fun and for real honesty, don't listen to John McAfee. just, please, I don't want anyone to mistake that as sincerity.
But listen to us.
Yeah, sure. Exactly.
I think we do actually have more credibility than John McAfee at
exactly.
this point.
And we have no credibility.
Because we have zero. He's got negative.
Exactly. Exactly.
Do we answer the question? I don't know.
I think so.
I think, we gave our spin on it.
What to look out for?
I think we were humble in that we knew we couldn't perfectly answer that question.
Right.
It's an open question.
Look out for real estate talk and look out for shillers.
There is a
look out for.
interesting post I saw on Reddit today about some guy who had like 200 or so Reddit accounts that he'd bought, and he was just being paid by different coins, by the companies behind the coins to shill.
Doesn't surprise me, to be honest.
And he like, I'm not going to butcher it by saying what he said because I can't really remember, but if you go on Reddit and read that,
and he just came clean.
Interesting. Yeah, essentially. Just told the whole story behind it, like what he was doing and why he was doing it.
That reminds me of there was a front page post on Reddit a while ago. It wasn't related to crypto, but it was a 30-second video of a guy just being like, hey, so on the front page, I paid like $50 for the service, like had robots upvote me. And it was literally like the most upvoted post. And it was like, so this is Reddit's fucked. See ya. And I was like, holy shit, I didn't know it was that easy.
Yeah, right.
But it definitely is.
Right. So there you go, Valerie. Hope that helped. Right. How's it going, guys? Just wondering if you guys think that the environmental downsides of mining Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies are being underplayed or even ignored by the wider crypto community. From John Howe in Saudi Arabia.
John Howe?
John Howe.
Is that a single name?
Yes.
Okay. As long as we're not giving our last names away, but I guess we have to preserve their anonymity. We can't.
I may or may not know someone with that name. I just kind of...
Of course you do. I mean, there must be at least one person.
True. That's totally unrelated to the questions that I think
I'm actually really glad that John Howe has asked that question, because I do absolutely think that the crypto community is being flippant with environmental damage.
Good word.
Yeah.
Mining crypto has a massive effect on the environment, and I've seen I've seen videos where people talk about it, mainly from people within the crypto community, and the stuff that they say is, I think, in my opinion, like absolute BS. And
what do they say?
You go on.
Stuff like, does burning fossil fuels actually even affect the environment? Like going right into the science of that.
Right.
And
climate change deniers.
The other thing that I found like really ironic is this guy said, I haven't seen any tangible like effect on the environment from crypto yet, when like crypto is like investing in untangible things at the moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, dude, come on. And then this video was liked so highly. The comments were like almost unanimously positive. And I usually don't comment on YouTube videos, but I actually commented on the video being like, come on guys, I love crypto as much as the next person, but I don't think we should be a community where we just like pretend that there's nothing bad about it. Like there are bad stuff about crypto.
Yeah.
And that's what's wrong with, I think, a lot of political debate, like debate about religion and stuff. Like no one's willing to say their guy's bad at all. Like their guy's perfect, our political party's perfect, and the other political party sucks.
Yeah. Similar to I think I noticed a while ago that because everyone was hating on Tether reasonably, we were doing it, and that we had good reasons for it. And then all of a sudden, a few weeks ago, suddenly I noticed there was a huge influx of people defending Tether and saying, guys, you're just spreading FUD about Tether. It's actually fine. Let me explain why it's fine. And I thought, why is this spread out of nowhere? And I looked at the Bitcoin graph and thought, there's suddenly a lot more people holding Tether right now. And I realized that the mentality shift must have been so immediate where like, this Tether thing's screwing up our market. And someone's like, man, Tether cannot fail. People cannot lose faith in Tether, otherwise I lose all my money. So I think it's very much a biased area at this moment.
Yeah. And there's a lot of talk I see now as well, because there was a news item this week about Iceland is actually going to use more power mining crypto than households this year.
Really?
Yeah. But there's a lot of talk like, well, printing cash, uses a lot of energy, and banks use a lot of energy with their air conditioning and moving gold around the world and stuff. But
actually, that's a fair point. I didn't think about it. I don't know the amount that is, but I didn't think about that.
You're not helping me.
Fuck you, Joe.
I think there is a level of validity to those kinds of statements, but it is also a way to be flippant about the fact that mining crypto uses so much power, and you can talk about geothermal energy use and stuff, but it is a way to just sort of brush the fact that crypto uses a lot of power and electricity to mine.
Yeah.
Wait, your computer doesn't run on wind power? What's the matter with you?
It's solar and wind, actually.
I just blow into it every now and then.
But if it's geothermal, doesn't that kind of negate the...
No, what I'm saying is there is levels of validity to all those statements. But I think like the crypto community rushes to all those points to sort of just like brush aside the fact that they still are using so much electricity and so much more like fossil fuels and coal and whatever's been used. Like we're still creating more greenhouse gases and all that kind of stuff because of it. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think this is really good because there's a lot of environmental factors.
Yeah.
You don't know what
you have a huge smirk on your face while you say this. I'm waiting for what you're going to say.
There's a lot of environmental factors, and I think it's really good that
pull yourself together.
Yeah.
Not only are we getting into the John Y, we're getting into the John How. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
I don't know why that was so funny.
Yeah. Neither do I, Jace. You're literally wiping away tears from your face.
It's important to enjoy your life. No, but I actually did have something to say which was more valid and less
Please.
funny. I'll get to it. Proof of stake.
Right now you are who's that BitConnect shiller? Trevor and James. And
Does
you're
he
trying
laugh a
to
lot?
No, you just have zero credibility. And you're trying to get some back, but go on.
All right, let me actually say something real.
Okay.
My referral code for so proof of stake is the opposite. It's an alternative to proof of work, which uses all the energy. So the reason it uses energy is because people are trying to solve hashing functions to try and be the first person to confirm transactions in a certain way. That uses all the power because there's a lot of computation. An alternative to that is proof of stake, where people who hold the most coins hold the ability to validate transactions. And the reason that's considered to be secure is because if you have bought like a ton of a cryptocurrency, you've invested a ton of money into that, it's in your best interest to make sure that currency is valid. Because if you tank it or if you in some way make it, people lose confidence in it, your money just disappears.
It's lost to yourself, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So there's an inherent, it's actually kind of similar to the shilling thing where more people buying into Tether means more people are defending Tether. It's actually kind of similar to that. Like it's proof of stake where more people buying in, they end up kind of wanting to defend it and make it valid and make it work. So that's maybe a proof of concept. The shilling that's going on right now is kind of proving maybe the adoption of crypto. And anyway, the point with that was that it uses next to no power.
Right.
And a lot of coins are doing that. So I think that could be a solution potentially. Yeah.
Solutions, I like it.
A lot of them have very like high levels of entry for wanting to do the proof of stake though, I've noticed. Like you have to have say, I know Walton's like 5,000 coins.
Yeah, and I think that the higher you make it, the more centralized it kind of becomes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Like I think VeChain's strategy is they've got 100 for the new VeChain Thor system. They're going to have 101 authority. I'm not shilling.
You are shilling VeChain, dude. Fourth week in a row.
I'm explaining how it works. By now, no. So they've got 101 authority master nodes, which basically they're the biggest holders, and you have to run your own node and confirm all the transactions. And so they basically can confirm everything. And so on one hand, 101 separate parties is actually, quite decentralized, much more than existing companies. But at the same time, it's not like every man for themselves like Bitcoin is. So it's got benefits, but at the same time, it doesn't have the beauty that Bitcoin does, where it's just really inherently, unless you own 51% or more of the computing power in the world, you can't.
But is there a way to have a proof of stake where it's very low and just almost everyone's like validating?
Yeah, and I think there are something like that. The only reason that it's not everyone doing it is because to validate, your computer needs to be running and doing stuff. And I think a lot of people don't have their computers running all the time. But you can definitely have full nodes, I think they call them, running on a lot of different networks. But personally, actually, though, I bring this up because it's a solution to power, but I actually kind of do have a preference to coins that stick to the traditional mining method just because it's so secure. Right. Like, in my opinion, it's backed by computing power.
And also you don't give a fuck about the environment as well.
Yeah, fuck the environment, yeah. No, I don't know. That's a factor. Well, I think actually I was talking about a way that could improve this aside from proof of stake is trying to take that computation that's being done to confirm the transactions or some of it and make the algorithm that's being solved something more useful to the world. So try and repurpose that computation in a way that can be kind of useful, which is a real challenge. I've looked into it.
What would that look like?
Yeah, I've really looked into it. It's a real challenge because the data needs to be tied to the work you're doing. So you can't just have someone solve this really complicated equation, because if it's not in any way tied to the transactions and to you, then someone else can just say, I did this. They just see your solution and say, I did this. So it needs to be tied to the data, but then that kind of limits what you can solve if it has to be tied to this random data. But I think there are ways it can be done in this, the protein folding at home, whatever. That's not the best application, but it's an example of computation that is useful to the world.
What's that?
It's I should explain. Thank you for asking.
Yeah.
I'm assuming too much. It's a computer program called Folding at Home. You can install it in your computer, and in the background, your computer will use your processing power to like fold certain proteins and work out the best way to do that, which helps with like some kind of, I want to say cancer research. I don't know, some kind of lab research.
Yeah.
And that helps humanity. So I guess something of that ilk, not directly, I don't think you can really apply that problem, but something like that I think is also a way forward.
That would still be using the energy though, right?
Yeah, but if it was going to be used otherwise, that doesn't happen anymore. So it's like, maybe you can it's like recycling, right? You can
using the background of your computing power whilst you're doing other tasks, right?
Yeah, well I mean just for miners. So if you've made a coin, for example, that to mine it, you are also solving some useful things and saving someone else some computing time. Yeah, that's I don't know.
I'm actually glad this conversation went down this path because we started talking about solutions to crypto using so much energy. And if we sort of just brush aside the fact that crypto does use so much electricity, we won't have these conversations about solutions.
What? Why not?
That went right over my head.
No, so just say you ask the question, is crypto super damaging to the environment? And we're like, oh no, we got like geothermal, blah, blah, blah. Cash uses energy. Then we'd be like, all right, what's the next question? But because we said there is an issue, then we start looking at solutions. And the more that we say that there's a problem, the more that we look at solutions.
Thanks, Captain Planet.
Yeah. You do realize that we're fucking nobodies though. It's not like us talking about...
No, but like this is a microcosm of what should be happening in the broader scope of the crypto community world.
I guess so. We're like the United Nations of crypto. We had Dom from Ripple. Yeah.
But don't you think
that it's good to talk about solutions?
Yeah, that if we can't brush it aside, the environmental aspect of crypto, because then we won't look at solutions to make it better.
Yeah, I think brushing aside anything is
just acknowledging the issue within the current tech, right?
Yeah, exactly. I don't think it spells the end for crypto very much. I don't think anyone thinks that at the moment. Yeah. So, I think we'll have plenty of time to iron out the kinks.
Well, there you go, John Howe. Hope that answered your question.
Yeah, and John, wherever you are, hope that
John when
hope
John
that John
where?
what we talked about was exactly John what you wanted it to be.
Oh wow!
I did John what twice. I really regret that.
Wow!
I got one more email that I haven't actually read yet, so I'll open it up for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually from Joe's mum.
Oh, here we go.
Lovely.
Here we go.
It says, "Hey losers."
Oh, Mum. I raised you better than that, Mum.
Hate the podcast. Honestly, I can't believe you're seriously still doing it.
Mum, we talked about this, Mum.
Everyone knows you make these questions up. You've got like 12 views, and I've definitely seen Joe just refreshing the YouTube page to have those stats during dinner.
Mum, come on.
It's
Don't
all
do
he
me like
talks
this,
about
Mum.
now.
Don't do me like this, Mum.
Crypto. I don't have a
Close the
question.
email.
I just want my son
Close
back.
the email. Rude.
Yeah, Joe, we didn't say this, but your mum did come to us and lodge a serious concern.
This is an intervention.
Yeah, this is actually an intervention. We didn't want to tell you at the start.
You could have done it not on the air, though.
We needed
the mics are on, mate.
Your mum demanded a record be available. She didn't trust us to do it. She believes in trustless decentralized. So I think you've got a lot of explaining to do.
Wow, I don't know what to say, to be honest.
Bitcoin.
Does anyone have a bed I can sleep in tonight? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, this sounds like, I mean, we did say last week we should get a psychiatrist on to talk about us coping with crypto crashing. We might need it for other reasons now. Maybe we
Fuck
can.
crypto, dude.
My family's falling apart.
My mommy. She's mad at me.
Well, if anyone else has some hate mail or questions, they can send them in to questions at coinstreettimes.com.
Nice.
Is that correct? Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
I wasn't listening. I just
Questions
trusted you.
at Coinstreet Times podcast.
Fuck questions.
It's not a podcast. There's no podcast.
No, there's no podcast.
God
at
damn it.
coinstreettimes.com.
This is why we don't get emails. We get so many if we got it right.
Yeah. So, the game?
Should we play the game? All right. So the $1,000 challenge. We should stop calling it the game. Maybe is that too vague if we call it the game?
I like the game.
All right. Let's play the game.
Oh, it's vague.
For new listeners, what is the game?
Good question. The game every week.
The game is what my mum calls my life, actually.
Guys, I need a moment. Can we just cut the recording?
And I just lost.
Joe, put the knife down.
I don't have an extra life.
Joe, stop hovering your mouse over the delete button.
I don't pass go.
And I certainly don't collect $200 in BitConnect tokens or otherwise. Okay, so the game is that we each get given an imaginary $1,000 at the start of the week, and we pick the cryptocurrencies we think will do the best. And then the winner of the game is at the start of the next week who has made the most money with that $1,000 investment. So also, I think we told you, Jules, that we get the guests to do it as well. So you have to think of some picks for this week. But before that, we'll give you some time. We'll reveal the results from last week. Mm-hmm. So we'll start with Joe. Okay. Joe went for a exchange-based strategy. He invested in 50% Binance coin, 50% KuCoin shares, the coins from those particular
And the next day, Binance went down.
But Binance actually, they didn't do too bad through that. And a lot of people commended Binance for how they handled that situation.
Yeah, I think that actually worked out better for you because what happened is, as a token of their gratitude, they discounted the transaction from, I think, 10.1% to like 0.03 or something.
I think they gave a 75% discount.
Around 70%. Yeah. But the thing is, they also give a discount on top of that 50% if you use Binance coin. So they actually increased the demand of Binance coins. I think that may have helped you.
And I knew that, so that's why I picked them.
I hacked them.
Yeah.
See, Mom?
All right. So Joe, the original price of, actually that's not relevant. So basically Binance coin went up 33% this week.
That's good.
Yeah.
I like that.
That is good. And KuCoin shares went up 5.5%. So that gives you a total.
Is that all?
Sorry, mate. Gives you a total of 19.27%.
What's up with KuCoin shares?
Look, they're the inferior exchange.
5%. Oh, jeez. Okay.
Being a bit picky, right?
I wanted better out of you, KuCoin shares.
We're in the green, all right? Stop being so... All right. But
More like Ku Klux Klan shares, if you ask me.
Whoa. I know you've got problems at home, dude, but this is not appropriate for the podcast.
All right. Well, now I'm saying it. Well, okay, KuCoin shares has obviously cost me this week.
All right. So I will now say my coins. I'm trying not to have a racist outburst about it. So I went 100% VeChain.
Yep.
And 2 weeks ago, it tanked. 1 week ago, did the same thing, tanked. This week, up 25.91%. So pretty happy with it, to be honest.
How much?
25.91%. A cool quarter.
It's a good
$250 in my pocket.
That's probably about standard gains, I'd say.
Well, what did you get, mate? Was it 19.27?
Yeah. Well, at least I'm not average, okay? At least I'm not average.
But I think you are about average. I think maybe.
Am I?
I think
so.
so.
This week?
Yeah, I don't know. About 20%.
Yeah.
Anyway, that leaves us with Ollie.
Oliver.
So Ollie went for a 50-50 Omisco and Walton chain. Walton chain went up 12.15%.
Not great.
And Omisco went up 42.71%. That gives him the win with 27.43%.
Omise, go.
He's done it. Good on him. All right. Beauty. So that's...
Take my crown back. Thank you very much.
Do we know the scores? Have we been keeping scores for the week?
I have 2.
You have 2? I think I may have 2 as well. Do you have 3, Joe?
I have 3. And this is the first time I've came
7.
last.
Yeah. All right. So
do you guys go through, I guess, a rationale for why you pick what?
Yeah, a little bit. But if you have one, one time Ollie was just looking at the graphs and he was just like, "This one's red, so I'll pick this one."
I usually do, but this week I don't have good rationale.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So I guess we'll start with the winner.
Yeah.
So Ollie.
Oliver.
Well, I'm going to go 50% Nano.
Oh, sorry.
Why is that so bad? You can still pick that.
Yeah, I know, but I don't like doing that.
Okay, well.
And 50% power.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay, explain your choices.
I like them.
Okay.
Nano hasn't been as well received over the last week as the other coins.
Yeah.
They had the whole big grail thing as well. So
yep.
I think there's room to go
Prices
up. Prices
are down.
Week. Yeah. And power, same thing really. They've gone up, but not hugely.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I just like power. I like power a lot.
Yeah, so do I.
Right. All right. I guess I'll go next. So brief history of my picks. 3 weeks ago I picked VeChain. 2 weeks ago I picked VeChain. Last week I picked VeChain. This week
Please, actually, I think I'm actually going to stop you if you do it again.
This week will be the final week I pick 100% VeChain. This will be the final week.
Are you actually serious?
I just need one more. I need one more hit.
Come on.
I need to win. I can't be wrong, right? You can't sell low. I got to sell high. Just give me one more week.
That's not how this works,
Just give me one more week, man. I'll get you my rent money back.
I think you're just being lazy now.
No, but no, really though. I think that it should have been rising steadily. It's just basically Bitcoin's been real fucked recently. And I wouldn't be surprised.
So how does that change any other coin? Why VeChain?
I'm about to explain. So they've got their rebranding coming up, I think on the 26th. Don't do your thing about, change their name. Okay, 20
people make a huge deal about rebranding, but...
Look, it's not what I care about. It's what the people care about.
But there'll be another episode before then.
Yeah, but I think I wouldn't expect it to be on the rebrand, right? It's like it's going to pump before the rebrand. Probably, and then it might keep going, but I'm not going to risk. I'm.
Did you bring up the rebrand last week?
No, I don't think I did.
Okay,
I feel like I'll allow this.
I'm really not happy about this.
As long as this is the last time VeChain is ever picked by you.
You can pick a coin for a month straight.
Because people tune in because they want to hear like what's going on in the week of crypto. What's a good pick for the week?
Yeah.
If you say VeChain every week,
look, I could switch to 100%
what
tether
advice are you giving them?
Would that be more appealing? No, I think
point.
I've got to follow my heart, right? And my heart says VeChain, all right? So that's what I'm going to go with. And if you look, all I can say to the haters, aka Joe's mum, fuck yourself. No.
Okay, so for the person asking about shilling earlier on, this is a great example. Pick up from this. If you hear someone talking about VeChain like this with no great logic behind it, it's probably a shill.
Well, I mean, you're kind of giving me a great time to just shill VeChain. Like my response would be they've actually got tons. They've got 1 billion great partnerships. Like
name one, mate.
DNVGL.
That sounds made up. That sounds made up for sure. What does that stand for, mate?
PwC, they've partnered with.
Really?
Yeah.
GF4 and 3ZX.
letters now.
Oh, come on, mate.
PricewaterhouseCoopers. Fuck you guys.
I think they partnered with SHILL.
All right, you know what? When I'm a millionaire, I don't have to deal with this shit. So you know what? VeChain, baby. All right, on to Joe.
Yeah, as I said earlier, I don't have a great reason this week. I'm usually better researched. But I did say Nano was down a bit this week. And the tech's great. I like to invest in coins with good tech. I don't look at the superficial stuff like rebranding and their logo and their name. I look at the technology. And Nano's got good technology. They're down. Invest now. Nano 100%.
You were so special, and you literally ended your picks with invest now. Jesus, our credibility.
Baby.
We're heading into negative credibility John McAfee territory right now with our picks.
No, the technology is good.
No, I'm not saying Nano. The way you delivered your reasoning and your delivery, very shilly, dude.
Pick Nano or you're my bitch forever.
That's right.
Come to my house and tell me why Nano's bad.
Yeah. All right. So, wait, hang on. Was that 100%?
100%.
Well,
baby.
That's ridiculous. I don't know why you pick 100% of a coin. All right. Anyway, on to our guest, Jules. What would you like to pick for your picks this week? And we will check it next week so you have a chance to win.
So tune in next week.
And
if you tune in next week, our viewership will go up by at least
50%.
Yeah.
Are we going to have a separate guest leaderboard as well?
Yeah, we're going to do the Top Gear thing. You put them up there. You'll be the first on the leaderboard, dude.
Yeah,
no,
right.
Dom.
No,
he's not on the leaderboard. He didn't win. I thought we just pick winners.
Oh, no. I thought, all the guests go on their own leaderboard. But then they also go against us there next week.
Also, next week we'll have a little graph of each week we'll have a 3-2-1 point system. Who came first, second, and third?
Will we?
Yeah. Jace, have it on my desk by tomorrow morning, along with the theme song.
We'll think about it. If VeChain does well enough, I'll hire someone.
We'll do it.
All right.
I'll go 50-50.
Okay.
One LiteCoin, hoping the fork carries on some hype with it.
Okay.
That's fair.
I like
it's
that.
Been going up recently.
And LitePay, yeah.
The other one, Rec, just because I like Rec.
Tell me about it. I don't know.
Rec.
Yeah.
Oh, Request Network?
Sorry.
Network.
Okay. Yeah, cool.
I think did we mention them in this podcast? I think I might have mentioned
We did,
them.
yeah.
Very briefly.
Yeah.
I think the LiteCoin thing can go either way because...
Oh, yeah.
Well, obviously anything can go either way, but they might think, good time to sell now that the price has pumped a bit.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. And there's a lot of FUD around the fork as well. Because Charlie Lee says it's a scam.
Are you downplaying Jules' picks right now?
I'm downplaying everyone's pick except for mine.
100% Nano, baby.
The only one that had a half decent pick was Ollie saying Nano for 50%.
What?
Half decent.
This guy maths.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So I guess that's the picks locked in this week. Tune in next week to find out how we did.
Yeah. It should be an interesting week this week because Chinese New Year is tomorrow or the day after?
It's first day is tomorrow, so midnight tonight.
Okay. So people are on holiday. The Asian markets might not be as active. Volume could be down. So it should be an interesting week.
Or the other way around. Who knows?
Yeah. Well,
we'll find out next
We'll find out. Yeah. Tune in.
So tune in next week for the Coin Street Times podcast.
This is Joe signing off.
This is Joe, Jace, Ollie, and Jules bidding you good night.
All right. Now just a small excerpt from the Puerto Rican national anthem. No, I'm just kidding. All right. See you guys.
See ya.